So land where you are, sitting or lying down, whatever works for you. Trying maybe not to land in a place where you feel like you could fall back asleep. Or maybe you woke up really early today and you want to go back to sleep. And for some reason, listening to people practicing yoga or my voice telling you to practice yoga helps put you to sleep. That's okay too. You can do whatever you need. Um, but wherever you are, just go ahead and take a moment to land. And for those of you joining online, my name is Corinne, and I am a yoga teacher here in Boise, Idaho. Um, and we'll get started. So let your eyes close. As you do so, take a moment to kind of feel some of the tension maybe start to release from your face. If you have any tension in your face yet this morning, go ahead and just start to let it go. And maybe you start to feel a desire to roll your shoulders back a couple of times. And just move a little bit through your spine, through your torso. And perhaps you want to just drop your chin slightly, pulling your ears slightly back. And notice the quality and the state of your breath right now. Don't try to change it. Rather, just observe it. Observe the breath right now in this moment. How does it feel? What does it feel like? What descriptive words might come up or arise for you around your breath? Like long, short, deep, shallow, fast, slow. And notice the moment that you begin to change the breath. Even though we say don't change the breath, just observe the breath as it is. The moment you begin to observe with all of your intention and all of your attention, the breath starts to change. The breath becomes perhaps a more quality breath, a higher quality of breath. Whatever that feels like for you. And just noticing that little bit of attention that you put on the breath, that little bit of extra awareness, and the way the quality of the breath changes. That's how intention, that's how awareness, that's how it works. So if you bring more attention or more awareness to the way you feel, and the quality of your feelings, your ability to observe the ebb and flow and shift in the way you feel will deepen as well. Same thing goes for thoughts. In yoga, we say prana flows where the mind goes. So energy or life force, intention, quality will flow into wherever your attention is. If you perhaps haven't begun to fully deepen or lengthen your breath yet, if you haven't started to breathe deep down into your belly, go ahead and see if you can find that breath now. Deep abdominal breath that maybe moves up into the chest. Or if perhaps abdominal breathing isn't feeling resonant for you this morning and you want to stay maybe more in the chest and diaphragm area, feel the full expansion of the chest and the upper back as you breathe. If ocean breath or Ujjayi pranayama is something that you practice or enjoy or feels good, you could start to practice that now. So constricting the glottis muscles in the back of the throat, only if it feels good, only if it doesn't cause you to tense up in like your jaw or your face in any way. You want to keep it really soft through the face. And then either bringing your palms together at heart center, or maybe you want to place your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your left. And taking a moment here to just check really deep within. Do you have an intention? Where would you like prana to flow? Where would you like life force energy to flow in your life? It could be something for just this moment, just right now. It could be something for this new moon cycle. It could be something for a month, for a week, for a year, for Gemini season, whatever it is, whatever you're working with right now or would like to bring more of into your life. Wherever you would like to send more prana, more life force. Take a moment to plant that seed of intention into your heart. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to I'm going to move on to my mat. You might already be there. Finish my last little sip of coffee this morning. All right. So let's go ahead and come. We're actually going to press right back into downward dog this morning. So if that doesn't feel appealing to your body, if that feels like too big of a posture right off the bat, then by all means, feel free to come into child's pose. So if you want to, if you're feeling maybe a little bit more gentle with yourself today, come into child's pose here. Or if your body's feeling like movement sounds really nice right now, go ahead and press up into downward facing dog. And take some time here to pedal out your feet. You might pedal the feet. Or maybe you're twisting a little from side to side, letting those hips really move about. We'll be here for about 5 more breaths. Those really deep, intentional breaths. So again, maybe you're in downward dog, maybe you're in child's pose. If you're in downward dog and that sounds appealing, maybe you curl the toes under and get a little stretch to the top of the foot. I know that's not great for everybody. That always helps me to kind of release tension in my toes when I do that. Last couple breaths here. And then we'll drop our knees down. If you're in child's pose, go ahead and make your way up to hands and knees. Bring those wrists underneath your shoulders so you're here in tabletop. And let's just come into a nice, easy thread the needle. So we'll take our right arm. Inhale, open it up. Go ahead and stay here for a breath. Exhale, hold, and as you inhale, maybe open just a little bit more towards the ceiling. Little bend in that left elbow. And then exhale, let's just thread the the right arm under the left arm. That left hand can stay under the shoulder, maybe pressing to twist a little bit more. Sometimes I'll take my left hand forward, or you could drape it behind the back. Wherever you want to be this morning. For me, it feels good just under the shoulder, super simple. Keep that belly slightly pulled in so you can maybe twist just a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths. Bringing that left hand back under the left shoulder as you inhale, just coming back up to hands and knees. Before we move to the other side, as you exhale, really round your back and just take a nice, easy cat stretch. Chin to the chest. And then coming to neutral spine again, tabletop. Inhale, take your left arm open. Hold, exhale. Inhale, really open up towards that ceiling. And exhale, threading that left arm under the right arm. And again, that right hand can stay under the shoulder. It can reach forward. It can go behind your back. Whatever feels good here. Two more deep breaths. Right hand under right shoulder, inhale. Again, back to tabletop, and then exhale. Nice round back cat stretch. Hold. And then inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, arch the back, lift the head, moving into cow. And we'll move back and forth a few times, cat and cow. So exhale, rounding cat. Inhale. Through cow, really feeling that movement through your spine, through your belly, through your torso. 2 more. Full breaths here, 1 more time. And at any point in this practice, when you find a sweet spot for your body, feel free to stay there. Even if we move on, feel free to stay in that place. If you found a really good spot for yourself, just stay there and enjoy it as long as you can. All right, from here, let's all come back to child's pose now. Unless, of course, you found your own place, then by all means do that. So knees wide, hips back to the heels, forehead to the floor. Reach those arms forward, come onto your fingertips, press through the backs of your wrists. And maybe you want to rock your forehead a little bit across your mat, massaging your third eye. That place where you receive so much information and knowledge and downloads that doesn't maybe get as much recovery time as the other chakras in your body. And then moving up again to downward dog. So inhale back up, hands and knees. Tucking your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gazing forward towards your hands. Exhale, nice, slow, easy walk forward into forward fold. So feet to hands, front of your mat, or front of your space. Once you get your feet up there, again, you're moving nice and slow, so take your time. Maybe walk your feet out a little wider. Little bend in those knees, perhaps. Inhale, maybe lifting that torso, and then exhale, folding over, dropping that head. Maybe rocking the weight forward and back a little bit. You could be holding opposite elbows, fingertips could be to the floor. Maybe you're using a prop of some kind, a block. Chin towards chest. And let the movements here become a little more organic. So whether you're rocking or swaying, whatever's happening for you here, let it feel really organic in your body. Really natural, really easy. Really supportive, really nurturing. A few more breaths. Inhale, lengthen that torso again. And then exhale, maybe heel to those feet just a step or two back together so they're kind of under your hips. Folding back forward. Inhale, nice deep bend in those knees, chest touches the thighs. And as you exhale, we're going to curl up, sliding your hands along our legs. All the way up your thighs, maybe across your hips, up the sides of your body, maybe along your face. Reach those arms up, looking up, reaching, 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 palms together. Exhale, bring those hands down into the heart, heart center, Anjali Mudra. Feeling nice and even and balanced here, standing up, letting your blood pressure regulate down your body, letting energy start to trickle from your crown of your head down back into the rest of your body. Anytime we're upside down like that, forward fold, downward dog, etc., we're moving energy and prana as well as blood flow up into our crown chakras and our third eye. And when we stand up, then that energy gets to regulate, kind of readjust, and it just trickles and moves, and it finds new places in our body to settle. Just take a moment here. Deep breath. Release your arms by your side, mountain pose. Standing nice and even on your feet. Inhale, just reach those arms up. Let the palms touch if you'd like. And then exhale, arms are just going to slowly lower back down. Little angel wings. Inhale, open your wings. And exhale. Taking those full breaths as you move up and down. A couple more times. Inhale. Maybe at the top you reach just a little higher out of the torso, and then exhale. Good. Inhale. As I do this, I notice when I inhale, my weight goes slightly more forward, and then as I exhale, I settle a little more back towards my heels or more centered. I don't know if that happens for you, but just maybe notice. Last one. It's almost like my heels want to lift as my arms lift. Exhale. Good. Release the arms by the sides. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe the palms turn slightly forward. Relax your fingers. Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to feel energy moving up through your feet, all the way up your legs. As it hits your torso, moving up in the front of your spine, back of your neck, all the way up to the crown of your head. Open your eyes, inhale, sweep the arms up again this time if you want to. If it feels natural, go ahead and lift those heels. Like I said, it felt that way for me, so I'm going to lift those heels up. Maybe those fingertips are touching or those palms are touching. Gaze can be straight forward, eyes can be closed, gaze can be down, whatever feels good here. You could look up. If you're feeling a little wobbly here, that's fine, just notice. Keep the heels up if you can. Bring the hands down to heart center. Begin to bend those knees and slide your back down that invisible wall behind you. Hips are going to move slightly back, but still, instead of coming all the way forward like we do sometimes, keep your torso nice and lifted. Fill that belly in. Two more breaths. Shoulders down, elbows down. Next exhale, go ahead and lower your heels and release forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Bring those hands down to the floor and we'll walk our feet back to downward facing dog. From this downward dog, inhale, let's come forward to plank. Holding plank, 3 deep breaths, slight bend in those elbows, long through the back of the neck. Big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna come all the way down to the floor. You can lower on your knees or your toes, whatever works for you this morning. I'm gonna go knees. And releasing the top of your feet to the mat. Chin or forehead on the mat, whatever's comfortable for you. Take your fingertips out under your elbows, so your hands are probably gonna come off your mat. And then as you inhale, nice easy cobra here. Fingertips under shoulders, roll the shoulders back, or elbows, I guess, not shoulders. And then exhale, lower. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. And release. Walk those hands back under the shoulders. And then inhale, pressing up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Just holding downward facing dog. Close your eyes. Where's your attention, your intention? Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, or if you want to, you could float your feet up to your hands, coming up into forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curl up. Maybe let your hands again slide along your legs, along the sides of your body. Maybe along the sides of your face. Inhale, reach those arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, hands come heart center. From hands at the heart, inhale, take the arms straight up again. Either keep the palms touching, or maybe you let the palms come slightly apart and just the fingertips are touching. Or another gesture, mudra, that feels really good here is called Lotus Mudra, where you press the palms together, the thumbs and the pinkies together, and then the 3 middle fingers open. And so you're like this. So you could find any of those spots. Close your eyes here. And just imagine yourself as like a lightning rod. But instead of attracting lightning, you're this central middle space for energy to move through, to receive from the earth. That warm, grounding, comforting, nurturing energy of the mother. The way it feels to bury your toes in the sand or the dirt. The way it feels to walk through cool grass under your feet. that first moment in the summer when it's nighttime and you're walking barefoot and the sidewalk is so warm. The energy of the earth moving up through your feet. And the energy of source coming down through your crown. Intuition, cosmic knowledge, connection to spirit, to source, the knowing, the feeling. On your next exhale, diving forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. We'll step our right foot back into a lunge. You can be on your palms, your fingertips, blocks, whatever is comfortable here. We're just gonna hold this lunge for a few breaths. Keep that back heel nice and lifted. How long and straight can you get from your tailbone to your crown? Again, that conduit. Gazing down maybe towards your big toe. Press slightly more into that front heel and feel how that moves that hip back. On your next exhalation, your choice here, either lift those hips up and start to straighten that front leg, or drop the back knee and rock back to straighten that front leg. So here or up here. If your front leg is straight or working towards straight, again, press into that front heel. And in your own way and in your own time, downward dog. Exhale, step the right foot up between your hands. Back to lunge, just where we were, other side. Press into that front heel, feel that right hip move back. Long line of energy from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. On your next exhale, right leg straightens, either hips up or back knee down, sitting back. Pressing into that front heel. Downward dog. Inhale, coming to plank. Holding plank for 3 breaths. Exhale to lower all the way down to the floor. Release the tops of the feet to the mat. Bring the legs together. This time, bring your hands back by your hips. Palms down, pinkies in towards your thighs. Press into your 10 toenails. And as you inhale, lift your chest, your torso. Your head will lift and your arms will lift, reaching your fingertips back towards the space behind you. Exhale, lower. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And third one, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Slide your hands up under your shoulders. Inhale, press up to hands and knees or press back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, walking your floating feet to hands, coming back to your forward fold, front of your mat, or your space. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, extending the arms. Stepping back into that conduit space. Exhale, hands come heart center. And as you'd like, either holding your hands here at the heart or releasing your arms back by your side and taking a moment to feel the trickle down of prana, of energy, as it moves into places where it's needed for healing, for grounding, for centering, for aligning. Maybe feeling a little bit of extra prana, a little bit of extra life force moving into your heart. And then inhale, we'll reach those arms up. Palms touch, connecting. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. This time we'll step our left foot back to lunge. Holding lunge again, pressing firmly into that front heel, that right heel maybe coming up onto your very fingertips, peace fingers. Really press into that right heel. The next time you inhale, we're going to rise all the way up. See if you can sweep your arms straight forward. And arms come up by the ears. Exhale, drop those hips down. Keep that back heel nice and lifted. So it's like you're trying to press the back of your foot to the wall behind you. Keep pressing into that front heel. Eyes open or closed, gaze straight forward or down or up. Just holding here and breathing. Try to keep those arms up if you can. Deep gratitude for your body. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Bring the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart. Gaze can go up or can stay forward. Exhale, bring your chest forward. Release your hands to the floor. Inhale, step your right foot to your left foot. Come to plank. Hold plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down to the floor. Release the tops of your feet to the mat. Bringing your hands back. Again, palms down, pinkies in. And this time as you inhale, you'll lift your chest, your head, your arms, and if you'd like, your legs. Inhale, everything lifts. Try to keep those legs together. Exhale, lower. See if everything can touch down at the same time with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. And lower. Slide your hands up under your shoulders. Inhale, press up to hands and knees or back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. If you'd like, you could inhale, lift your left leg up behind you, or don't, and just exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Back to lunge. Now you know where we're going, so there's going to be a desire to rush it. Try not to rush it. Come up onto those fingertips, those peace fingers, press into that front heel. And inhale, sweeping those arms forward as you rise up all the way into crescent warrior, high lunge. Back heel is lifted. Lots of modification options here. You could be in warrior one instead. You could bring your back knee down. You could be doing something totally different. Where are you holding any unnecessary tension that you can let go of? I just found some in the back of my neck. Keep pressing into that front heel. Exhale, hands come behind you. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, open up that chest. Exhale, lower the chest. Release the hands. Inhale, come to plank. Hold plank. Exhale, drop your knees and come to child's pose. You can keep your arms forward, or you can bring your hands back by your feet. And you might rock here side to side. Or maybe you're nice and still. Take this moment or these few moments to let yourself reconnect with the earth and with the floor and with the ground. When you're ready, bring your hands forward. Inhale, coming back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward dog. Walk your hands out towards the edges of your mat. So pinkies are towards the edges of your mat. You've got a wider arms here. Your feet might come in a step. So you've got kind of a short down dog with wide arms. If you've been here with me the last few weeks, you probably know where we're going. We're gonna lift our right leg up behind us. You could also do this with your leg down. You don't have to lift the leg. We're gonna do 6 push-ups. So as you exhale, your elbows bend out to the sides, the crown of your head comes towards the floor. Inhale, coming up. So here we go. 6, 5, slow. 4, 3, 2, last one. Exhale, step your right foot up between your hands. And then we'll just slide, walk our right foot over to the left. We're gonna come into pigeon pose. So bringing that knee down, shin down, hips down. And if you don't feel like practicing pigeon this morning, or you don't like to practice pigeon, or whatever reason, you do not have to have an excuse. You can just say, I don't want to do it. You can come to lizard instead. So instead of walking your foot across, you'd stay in lunge and walk your right foot out wide. Bring your hands inside your right foot, drop your back knee, and come into a hip stretch here. Hands or maybe forearms. So you're in some form of hopefully enjoyable hip release. And we're not going to stay here for too long. Maybe 3 or 4 more breaths. And we're going to come back to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Do you feel like you need to shake that right leg out at all? That's fine. And then we'll set up for our down dog push-ups one more time. Walk your hands out a little wider. Maybe your feet come in a little closer. When you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts. Or again, you don't have to lift the leg. 6 push-ups, here we go. Exhale, crown to the floor, elbows out. Inhale up. Exhale. That's 2. Try to keep your face relaxed. We got 2 more. Last one. Exhale, left foot forward between your hands. Either left foot wide for lizard or dragon pose, or left foot walks over to the right for pigeon. Your variations here, whatever they may be. And then one more time, make your way back to downward dog. From downward dog, you're gonna drop your knees so they come underneath your hips. And you'll stand up all the way up on your knees. You can tuck your toes under behind you. I like to do that. Have a little more support that way. We're just gonna take a camel pose here, Ustrasana. So lots of different variations for camel pose. So I'll show you the way I like to come into it. So I like to start by sitting back on my heels. Heels of my hands, pressing them into my hip flexors, and pressing down, shoulders back, and arching the back. And right here feels so good that if that feels so good and you just want to stay there, just stay there. If you want to keep going, take a big inhalation. As you exhale, you're going to pull your low belly and start to feel your tailbone tuck under. And from there, you're going to let that lift your hips up. Your shoulders are going to roll back. Your hands are going to move now to your low back. You're going to start to press those hips forward. And again, this is plenty. This feels good. You can keep pressing those hips forward, lifting that chest, bringing elbows and shoulders together. If your toes are tucked under, maybe your fingertips find one heel, maybe both heels. You could drop the head or keep the chin down. If you know a different variation and you're there, that's great too. Wherever you are, 3 breaths. We reverse it the same way we came to it. Hands to the low back. Low belly in. Slowly, slowly lifting up. Shifting those heels of your hands back to your hip flexors and pressing back down here. One more little arch. And then release your feet. Sit on your heels. Turn your palms open. If sitting on your heels doesn't work for you, come to any easy, comfortable seated pose. Close your eyes. And just observe what's happening here. feel, witness, notice. And as you're ready, allow your own feeling sense here, the way that your own prana, your own life force is moving through you, allowing that to guide you in the next direction as you begin to transition for Shavasana, our final relaxation. Taking whatever path, whatever journey, whatever guidance from your own body here to move yourself onto your back. So it might feel really nice to roll onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. Maybe a child's pose. Got another minute or so here. Or, like I always say, you have as long as you want, actually. Just really allow your body this time. Don't necessarily rush right into stillness unless that's exactly where your body wants to go. But allow your body this time to move, to undulate, to feel. And when you are ready, when your body is ready for that place of rest or that place of stillness, then find your way there. It can be on your back for full Shavasana. You could also come to seated meditation. That's where you want to be this morning. Landing into a place of stillness, comfort, support. Begin to really pay attention to the feeling of the floor or the surface beneath you. That earth, that grounding mother embrace. The best hug you've ever received. Lying on a soft bed of grass. Warm sand. A bed of moss. Or maybe floating in a lake. All parts of this earth. All parts of you. Your body is of this earth. Feel that connection, that return, that support. Maybe you feel really heavy, really grounded, connected, like a magnet pulling you into the earth. Or you might feel really light, like you're floating. Like you have no form. Just give into however you feel, whatever you feel here in this stillness, the heaviness, the lightness, maybe both. Give yourself permission to fully surrender into this feeling. And surrender again and again. And anytime your attention moves away from this feeling, surrender again. Anytime something pulls you out of this place of heaviness, of support, of floating, surrender again. You can always begin again. Human nature is to make mistakes. Human nature is to make errors, to struggle, to change your mind. And even so, you can still always surrender again. You can always come back to you, to your heart, to yourself, and surrender and begin again. In your own time, when you're ready, doesn't have to be now, but it certainly can be. Take a nice deep breath into your whole body, bringing life force, prana energy into your whole body. As you like, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists and your ankles, rocking your head gently and easily from side to side. Continuing those deep, awakening, refreshing breaths. Making the choice, making the conscious choice and decision in this moment to be here today, to be here now, to be present in any way that you can, to show up for yourself in any way that you can. And maybe you stay on your back, or maybe you roll to your side and bring yourself up to seated back where you began. And maybe your hands come together in front of your heart once more, or you place the left hand over your heart, the right hand over your left, bowing your chin into your chest, making that heart mind connection. The light within me is so grateful and honors so deeply the light within you. I love you. Namaste.